How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to shift your energy whenever you desire. If you are someone that finds yourself in negative energy, in anger, in sadness, and you want to be able to shift that when you want to, this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about how to change your perspective at any moment so that you can enjoy life as you deserve. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in, and we're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency, and then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Well, we're going to do another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear today to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So a lot of us want to have a positive mindset. We want to feel good. We want to see the bright side in every situation. And so the first step is doing your meditations, really centering yourself when you have time, whether that's in the morning, on the weekends, whatever it is that you do to really align yourself. And so people start finding peace. Maybe it's even tuning in to this podcast. But then outside of that, you experience the rest of the day. And that's when the things start to happen, whether it's a coworker, whether it's something on the commute to work, or something your spouse did, or something externally like in the news or something like that, that just rocks your world and takes you out of the frequency that you want to be in. How do we stop this? How do we get to enjoy life at all times, where you can just move without the weight of something happening? One of the most powerful things that I think we can do is become the observer. So when you go through life in first person view, meaning you're experiencing it as you, I'm experiencing it as Henry. Everything that I believe is true about Henry is how I'm experiencing life. And that's how most of us operate. Everything that you believe that is true about you is how you experience the world. But you see, you are more than this version of you. You are a powerful, energetic being having this experience. And whether you want to just take that as a perspective or you want to really dive into it and believe it, this thought process can be extremely freeing. When you start to believe that you are more than just this physical experience, it allows you to shift into the perspective of the observer. When you are observing something happening to you, quote unquote, it's not actually happening to you, it's happening for you to observe. And so then it no longer matters if it's a negative or good or bad thing, because when it's happening to you, quote unquote, you're actually able to just observe it. And when you're able to observe it, you get to decide what you take from it. You can be angry, you can be upset, or you can just learn and grow. You can practice your forgiveness. You can practice your understanding. You can practice your compassion. You can practice your patience. Because again, you're observing. So when you start your meditations or when you start your morning routine, whatever it is that gets you going in the right direction, start adding in the fact that today you're going to experience everything as an observation. As you continue to experience everything as an observation, you have the power. You ultimately get to decide how you feel about something. Something can happen that everybody would agree is something you should be mad about, but it's up to you what you want to be. You can allow yourself to be in anger, but you have to remember, when you're in anger energy, when you're mad at somebody, or when you're disappointed, or you're sad, or you're depressed about a certain situation, that's the frequency that you're in. So if you don't want to be in that energy, you just have to decide to observe it and separate yourself from it. That doesn't mean that you'll be happy all the time. Just because you have a positive mindset does not mean you're happy at every moment. A positive mindset is referring to the closeness to love that you're perceiving things. Think of it as a ladder that goes up to the highest frequency and then down to the lowest frequency. The more positive you are, the higher up that ladder you climb. The higher up the ladder you climb, the higher your perspective is. The higher your perspective is, the more you're able to observe beyond yourself. When you're able to observe life beyond you, you no longer have to be upset because of what's happening to you. You get to grow from every moment. In fact, the more you grow, the more you realize there's more opportunity for you to grow. The more opportunity for you to become a service energy. An energy that serves the energy around it. When you start viewing things like that, you are no longer beholden to the things that happen to you, because you're no longer in that mindset. You have freed yourself. So allow yourself to start practicing this. Practice it all the time. The more you practice, the easier it will become. It's not that you will just decide that today you're going to operate in the third person and you're just going to observe yourself going through. You're going to get sucked back in. You're going to get pulled back into the ego, to the self. But the more you do it, the easier it will become to separate and observe. There is nothing more powerful than when you feel an emotion, when you feel that anger, when you feel that anxiety, that depression, whatever it is that normally wells up within you. There's nothing more powerful when that starts to happen that you switch into observation mode. It takes the power away from the ailment, whatever it is that's happening, and puts it fully back in your court. Because then you realize that something happening to your body, that something happening to your mind is not truly happening to your energy, which your energy is what you truly are. It's happening for you to observe. And immediately you are in control. That doesn't mean you're not going to go through the anxiety attack. It doesn't mean you're not going to go through the pain, whatever it is. You're going to experience it, but it's not going to bring you down. You're able to maintain peace the better you are at observing from a higher angle. Life is going to have pain, and some people will experience more than others. It's not about fairness. There are certainly things you can do and ways you can live your life that will help you avoid some of these lessons, some of the pain. But ultimately, this is the Earth School. One thing that's always guaranteed is it will be teaching you lessons. And the lessons are opportunities for us to forgive and find love. The stronger you build those two frequencies within you, the stronger peace will reside within you. When you can operate with complete stillness from within, you get to dictate how you experience life. You don't have to control the external world to be okay. You no longer need everybody to be nice. You no longer need everything to work out for you, because you become the master of the observation power. And as a master, you only learn and grow. This is a journey. Where you're at is exactly where you're meant to be. The growth that you're going to have from this moment onward will impact the world in a unique way that needs to happen. You are part of the positive change. You are here for a reason. So no, the things that have been haunting you, the things that have been pulling you down, the things that happen at work, the things that happen with your family, the things that happen with friends, all can start serving you at this very moment. You no longer have to live with what's been haunting you. You no longer have to be the negative person. You no longer have to have the anxiety. You can start observing it and knowing that your frequency is more than that you experienced a life with a body that has those certain elements so that you could have a certain understanding. Free yourself of it. Give yourself the power to have perspective. Give yourself the power to be the change that's needed. Give yourself the authority to be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on how you can shift out of any energy at the moment you desire. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And then if you want to join the Positive Mindset Facebook group, we're having some live events. We're actually starting a 12-week health and wellness challenge. It started on Monday, but you can join at any point. This is completely free. It's just an opportunity to grow together. We've also done a few courses on boundaries. If you are someone that wants to know how to implement boundaries that keep you secure and keep you safe as you build your energy up, these are great to join as well. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.